and welcome to another episode of...
Let's rewind that one. Woo!
Welcome to the playonultra podcast. This is episode 162. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
It's a bit earlier for me, so like...
Oh, that's true. You're not used to waking up this early for a
podcast. That's fine. It's still like just 9:30. It's not like 7 or anything.
I know, but still, I get it.
So yeah.
But if you're out partying late on Friday.
Actually, I did have 2 long days, Thursday and Friday. Friday dinner and Thursday company event. They played go-kart.
Oh. Yeah.
Go-kart.
Oh, that sounds super fun.
Nobody brought any turtle shells to throw though, so...
Lame.
Losers.
So yeah, what have been fuck. Talk,
what have we been doing?
Use the mouth to make sounds, please. What do? Do what?
What's new? So I actually played and finished a game. I played AI the Somnium Files.
Is it like the first game you finished this year? No, you finished.
Yeah, probably.
No, you finished Fire Emblem.
I finished a route in Fire Emblem, which for some people that could be the whole game if you don't play the other one. So, but yeah, I played all of the AI Somnium Files. I played in about 27 hours. So it was a $60 game. So as far as the price point, if it had been like a price point of his other games, like which was like 30 or 40, I wouldn't have really scoffed at the price at all. It's just that everything is $60 these days. So it's one of those things that like if you like these kinds of games and you like this kind of stuff that he does, like if you are a Zero Escape fan, then you definitely want to play this game, but you probably could wait if it ever drops in price. So yep, it's by the guy who did the Zero Escape series. I believe it's also helped by the guy who did Danganronpa, which you can mainly see that because the main gameplay mechanic has a huge time function, which is really annoying. Their main game puzzle is that like you have to do this weird it's a weird dream puzzle. You go into people's dreams and do stuff, and you have 6 minutes to do it, or else it's bad. Something bad happens, you have to restart. And you have to do like random things to interact with their dream.
You're a
and that's
dream
why
detective.
It makes it kind of, actually.
Okay.
And that's what makes it really hard from a gameplay perspective, because everybody, like, if you kind of get to understand the person, then you can kind of figure out what you should do, but you're otherwise, like, it's trial and error otherwise, so it's a little annoying. What's cool about the game is, like all of this writer's games, there are split-off points, there are paths, there are different endings. And the paths are determined by what you do in the dream, because there are certain dreams that have 2 different solutions, which they outline for you. And so if you do one of the solutions, you get on one path, and if you do the other one, you do the other path. So that was a cool way to do that. It's kind of like depending on the... Huh? Well, you do replay it, but you need... Well, so you have to understand that when I say multiple endings, what I actually mean is you get multiple parts of the story that then leads you to the true ending that explains everything. That's how his games work.
Yeah, like Danganronpa and the Zero Escape.
Yeah. So, Danganronpa doesn't really have multiple endings, but Zero Escape, that was the whole thing.
Surprised.
Yeah, no, Danganronpa pretty much plays like a Phoenix Wright game. There is...
Oh, really? I did not... I should really play that. I have all of it now.
Yeah, I think you'd like it. Danganronpa is basically if Phoenix Wright had a little bit more gameplay and was timed.
And
that's
edgy?
It. And
edgy.
it had
more
edgy,
gory, more violent?
More gory, more violent in high school students. The main reason I'm not as in super to Danganronpa as I am with the Zero Escape series, I haven't finished all the Danganronpa games. Part of it is the storyline just doesn't... The overarching storyline of Danganronpa just doesn't interest me as much. I feel like the Zero Escape one is more interesting. But you could also argue that Zero Escape is more... Yeah, but you could also argue the Zero Escape series story is more pretentious, which is definitely true, because they reference weird, like, BS philosophical physics theories all the time.
I mean, that's what they do in Saw, right? The movie?
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's kind of it's like Saw the video game. Exactly. Funny thing, Saw actually has a video game.
Yeah, I know, which isn't as good. But yeah, so back to the Somnium Files. So the story is really good. As a mystery story, it was definitely very well done. True to the style, they do leave you hints along the way. I actually was able to kind of figure out what happened not early on where it became annoying, but like enough where I was like, oh, I wonder if it's this and this. Like, I actually started putting the pieces together. So actually, like, right before the kind of reveal of how the bad guy did his thing was revealed, I actually kind of figured it out. Which was really cool. Like, it wasn't annoying. I was like, I was actually putting the pieces together. And they make it that you can't access the true ending without doing all the other endings first, which is pretty typical of his style. Some people find it annoying. I like it so that I don't
feels annoying. But you don't miss
it
anything.
Can be.
But
you don't. Basically, what they do is, because I actually accidentally went on one of the, like, longer bad... There's basically, like, the little ends... There's, like, the super bad end, which is kind of like a true end, but, like, super bad version of it. And then there's the true end. And basically what happens is I actually accidentally went on the super bad end, had a locked point, so I had to play more of the game to access it and keep going. I'm used to this because of his other games, so it doesn't bother me.
Is it easy to, like, just choose which point and then start from there? Okay, right. So that's like a timeline thing you can choose from.
Oh, yeah. There's a flow chart and everything. He learned his lesson after the first game at 999. He did have to restart.
You can't even skip the dialogue or something, right?
You can, but you can, but you can't skip the puzzles. That's the annoying part. That's the super annoying part. All his other games, he added flowcharts.
Yeah, I tried 999. I'm just the DS version. I'm like, holy shit!
It's hard. Yeah. That's the problem. Is 999?
I felt so fucking stupid.
I know, and you do need to play it to understand the rest of the game, but it is a hard barrier because it's a more classic visual novel experience.
A visual novel with fucking hard puzzles, which is not.
Yeah.
Is it the first one to do that?
To do the puzzles?
Puzzle with visual novels.
I don't know if it's the first one, but certainly the one that caught on. I mean, if you count Phoenix Wright, I guess it's like a
kind of grandfathered the whole thing, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Phoenix Wright is sort of a puzzle, maybe, I guess.
Sort of. Phoenix Wright is considered a kinetic novel because there's only like one actual ending. It's just that it does have slight puzzle elements to it to get to that ending. Yeah. So
gotta find stuff.
Exactly, to actually get to the right ending. There's no true, like, other paths, truly. They're just bad ends. But yeah, AA Sound Files, the story's really solid. The characters, for the most part, are really good. There's one character that they try to push you to like a little too much, and I really got annoyed with her. Even when I found out her backstory, I was like, ugh. They try to make you really care about her, and the problem is that, like, because your character's a 30-year-old man, and you basically have two,
man.
Like,
okay.
Yeah. Yes, that's one unique thing about this guy's work is his main characters are usually older. The youngest character you play as was 999, and he is in college. He does not. That's the different thing from Danganronpa. Danganronpa does high school students. This guy doesn't. That's kind of the reason why I like him. But you have, like, these two characters that are meant to be, like, your daughter figures, you would say. And the younger one is kind of silly, but she's great. I like her. But there's another one they give you, and it's just super creepy because she's 18, and she also has this weird, like, tries to act like she wants to date you. And thankfully your character the whole time is very much like, no. But it just gets weird because then they try to make her to a daughter figure, and you're like, this is super weird.
What?
She's just really annoying. It's just,
okay.
I don't want to get into it. That part's kind of annoying. One thing I would warn you if you play this game, if you're not used to playing one of the things of the Xeriscape series you kind of have to get used to is a lot of the blatant sexual innuendo. This game is way more blatant. All of his male characters, for whatever reason, are like porn addicts. I don't know why, and it's just used to play for gags. Like, it's not like meant to be like this is right, but it's just more meant to. It's like having a female lead character that trips all the time. It's supposed to be that, like, endearing flaw. That's how it's always presented as. But if you're not used to it, it can seem really like out there. So I'd warn you about that. And the only other thing I guess I would say is, so there was, I guess, a small controversy about LGBTQ characters in this game. And I can tell you exactly what they did. And I was actually rather impressed. It wasn't perfect, but it's better than most Japanese games I've seen.
Give us the gay. I want to know what it is.
They had a canon gay, pretty much a canon bisexual character, and a canon trans character in one game.
Outrageous.
What was pretty cool was, so there's the character who's gay. You kind of find that out early on because you investigate a place and you find out his locker has, like, boys' love and yaoi manga or whatever.
Okay.
And your character's just like, oh, that's interesting. And it's just kind of a funny aside. You're like, oh, that's funny. He's gay. But then you find out that he is in a relationship with a character that you think is straight. And what's really cool, and you don't know what he is, but you know he was in a relationship with a woman before, and now he's with a guy. And it's just interesting because when it's presented, like when you find out, what is cool is that your main character doesn't go, what? That's bizarre. They just go, it's the reveal happens exactly as if you found out that his new lover was a woman. Which I thought was really cool. So they don't like play the whole like he's gay. They very much are like, oh, this is his new lover. You had no idea, So that was really cool. The trans character is interesting. So they did some things right and some things wrong. Here's what basically it boiled down to. There is a character you meet in the game, and you first meet her, and you're immediately like, okay, cross-dresser, trans woman, or like drag? Like what's going on here? Because you meet this person. So
super blatant or something, like the dressing
it's pretty
style.
Blatant. You see, you see a larger woman. They use she pronouns. They only use she, her pronouns. Large boobs, dress, over the top
makeup,
but is voiced by a male voice actor, a well-known male voice actor actually. And the male voice actor
Japanese voice actor?
No. I don't know about the Japanese, but the American one was a male voice actor.
Oh, that's English.
I know him.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was English. It's actually he's voiced I think by Chris Sabat, who's known for Vegeta. So, but he
that's
sounds
a manly man right there.
Yes, exactly. But his voice very much was meant to sound, I wouldn't say over the top effeminate, but very much like when you think of a drag actor or actress's voice, very much like that. So like, and so this person who they say she, her, hers, they only refer to her as a character name named Mama. That's all anyone refers to her as. And a couple of things that they do that are maybe kind of weird but interesting. So like I said, only she, her, hers. Every character has like a page in this appendix, which includes just some random facts. Under gender or sex, it says gender neutral, which is interesting. I'm guessing because I bet in the Japanese translation, they don't really have a good word maybe for trans woman or something like that.
Yeah.
And the only other thing they do say, which is kind of weird, but again, it's Japan, so you can't help but be like, oh, that's kind of actually progressive, is the inner character monologue at one point says, like, this is Mama. She may have the body of a man, but she has the heart of a maiden. And you're like, okay. A little weird, but like I said, weirdly progressive for Japan, because in most cases like this, they would go, oh, that's a man that likes to dress as a girl, and say he all the time. So I have to give them props for that they continued with the she pronouns. The only thing that is kind of eye-rolly is she constantly hits on you. Your character, for the most part, deflects them with humor. Like, not awkward humor, he just kind of deflects it with humor. But there are a couple times where your character is, like, talking to another person who's never met Mama before and is like, are you, how do you feel about Mama? Like, is she scary or whatever? And you're like, okay, I don't think we need to get that far. And the only other, like, weirdly transphobic thing they did do was, it was weird because it was almost, okay, so your character has, like, an AI that talks to you in your head, and at one point, Mama, again, hits on you and is like, we should take a bath together, and your character asks with, what? No, you'll take up the whole tub, and your AI person, weirdly transphobic, goes, that's your main issue with this? So, like, that part's kind of weird. So they're not perfect, but weirdly enough, it is really progressive compared to most Japanese games I've played.
So people are pissed off that it was gay because characters exist, basically.
Pretty much from what I've heard.
Okay.
I haven't looked too much into I really haven't looked too much into the issue. Pretty much only what you had told me, where I think people are just mad because he forced it into the story, but no, it's a character. Like,
the most of them I saw was just like, oh, it's gay. There's some like gay stuff in here, and people were like, huh. They weren't expecting it, I guess.
I know, probably not, because he's never mentioned LGBTQ in any of his other games, so it was interesting that he put it in this game.
Maybe because now he feels like he has the pull and the name in the industry that he can do it now. I
think so. Knowing the little that I know of this particular creator and what I would not be surprised if he'd wanted to do this earlier, because for him, it's very much this is an interesting character idea. He really works in characters and what's interesting. He very much is the type of person that takes a trope and likes to break it apart. That's kind of his MO when it comes to these games.
Yeah. I like these kind of creators. They just, when they have more clout, they put in all these different characters. Unlike Hideo Kojima, put a baby in a jar.
I know. But, and so that's what is interesting. I think for him, he's like, this would be interesting, and he put it in. That's how I think he sees it, as, this would be interesting, and he puts it in, and like I said, I mean, it was, sadly, probably the most progressive I've seen. Just as a side, I guess it's technically a spoiler. I do apologize, this will spoil your Danganronpa experience, but there is a character that you find out is technically a cross-dresser in the first game, and they, without, the person does die, and they find this out after this person's death, and they immediately go into he, his, him pronouns, and you're like, we don't know what this person preferred. Are you kidding me? So, as an example of how this has been dealt with. So, I was pretty surprised. The only thing I would warn you about this game is it is extremely gory. Be careful. And it has to do with eyes. It's pretty gory with eyes, so just be careful.
That's pretty bad.
Like Dead Space Needle level kind of shit.
They don't show that part, but they do. There is a scene of someone, because part of the whole thing, it has to do with eyes. It's a huge theme in his game.
Why eyes, motherfucker? Why?
I don't know. That's part of his there's always a little bit of pretentiousness in these games, and that's the pretentious thing, is that it has to do with eyes, and there's all these different connections, and he's like, did you guys see this connection? I have a character named Iris. Haha, Iris. But, you do see a scene of someone literally pulling their eye out.
Yo, what the fuck?
And the deaths do revolve around, you're seeing these people who are brutally murdered and one of their eyes are missing. So just be warned. That part is, that you don't see a lot of eye pulling. A lot of it's just assumed. You just hear about it. But you do see it once or twice towards the end. And I immediately went, okay.
Did you play it on the Switch?
It's on the Switch, yeah.
Did you play on the TV? Pretty cool to play.
No, I didn't. My brother's playing the Arkham games, replaying the Arkham games right now, so I didn't want to...
in anticipation of the rumored new one?
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, that's AI the Somnium Files. I would say if you've never played the Xeroescape series, it might be a little weird at first, jarring to get into how this guy does games. I just want to add one thing. So the graphics are better, which I think is part of the reason why the game felt a little shorter. For that high price dollar tag, but it's actually kind of cool what he does. So when you're in a room and you're talking to multiple people, when you talk to one person, do a conversation, the other person will actually turn to the person you're talking to as if they're listening to them, and kind of sometimes react to what's being said. So that's kind of a cool little touch, for a visual novel experience. So
yeah, because visual novel very little animation usually.
Usually very limited, but
a lot of animation in the sex scenes though.
Oh, of course.
No romance in this one though.
No, there's an implied one, but there's no sex. There's just an implied, this person.
Yeah, it's not his kind of game.
Nah, not at all. Never is.
So yeah.
So that's it for me.
Wendy is making a tabletop RPG.
Wendy's the fast food restaurant?
Yep.
That sounds pretty cool.
Where you fight something that looks like a Ronald McDonald.
Nice.
Really
First KFC
Clowns
with their
are
fucking
in right now.
Fucking KFC fast food video games, man. KFC with their dating simulator and this.
I know. Have you seen any parts of that?
I haven't. It's a free game, so you can play it.
Yeah, I saw a quick Let's Play of it, and I just kind of went, "What is going on?"
I'm honestly not really sure how to feel about these big companies doing these kind of stuff and just shoving their. I mean, I know AAA video games are made by big corporations as well, but. I don't know. It's just kind of jarring a little bit.
It really is.
There's one part that's cool, but also another part that's corporation.
I know. Why do you need this, right? Yeah. What more advertising do you need?
Yeah. So I think this one also you can download for free if I'm not mistaken. Just download the sheets and stuff because it's a D&D style RPG.
Interesting.
You can download the rules and all that. They might probably sell a box set as well, though. What did you do, Foehamner? Other than
not a lot. I played WoW a little bit. I'm all the way up to level 23 on my Tauren Shaman.
Ooh.
Still going. I also didn't play a lot.
So how do you
Terror
feel
Guard came
playing?
out.
How do you feel playing classic though? Is it nostalgic or is it like this is kind of wasting my time?
There was a period of nostalgia, but it's definitely in the waste of time point now. I'm only playing it because my friends are still playing it. Yeah, so Terror Guard came out. I'm gonna play that next, I think. It's that RPG Maker game that my friend finished. I think, is he still here or is he frozen? I can't tell.
I can't tell either. We'll just keep talking for now.
Yeah.
Let us know. Oh, there we go. Not frozen anymore.
No, I wasn't frozen. I was typing on my phone.
We were frozen. We were like, he's moving so still.
I'm just typing.
It's okay. It was just super
funny story.
Frozen.
So, like 10, 15 years ago when I was like a wee baby. No, I was like 15. I was in high school. And I was in a mall where then the mall is known for like very street, like lots of chain. They sell a lot of fashion and it's like all black and all chains and very like Japanese, Korean, like that kind of. So there was this and a lot of mannequins, So there was this really tall mannequin with crazy hair, exactly the kind of fashion you will find in that mall. And the fucker moved. And I got a heart attack.
Oh my gosh.
It was a dude just standing real still. And I'm like, yo, bro, don't do that.
I had a heart attack today closing my bathroom door. So I outside. I'm not from the outside of my bathroom. I'm pulling the door closed. And my bathrobe hangs on the back. And it kind of swung sideways. And just seemed like something inside the bathroom was rushing at the door to get out.
Yeah.
It's like that's the most
you up,
pain.
yeah.
That's the most fear-induced pain I think I've ever felt was today.
That's
yeah,
funny.
I get that sometimes. I hate the dark. I feel like everything moves in the dark.
Yep.
I've been more afraid, but this is just the most sudden. Yeah, it's
Especially when it's like at the corner of your eye, you're like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just my fucking hair.
I used to this pro when I was. Go ahead.
One time I fell asleep on my arm in a certain way where it was like on my face, but my arm fell asleep. And so I woke up with just a hand touching my face. And it wasn't my hand because my hand wasn't feeling anything. And that was a good way to wake up.
Oh my gosh, that's pretty funny. I used to have this problem where I would read because I was too scared to play horror games, but I would read and watch random videos about it all the time as a teenager. And then I would have to go alone upstairs to my bedroom after 2 a.m. on a Friday night. Yeah, that wasn't fun. Anyway, so tell us more about WoW.
Yes, WoW Classic.
I don't need to say anything about WoW. I guess one thing that's kind of funny is doing instances. People forget how long they used to take. It's like a typical dungeon in WoW now. It's under an hour, no sweat. Like an hour dungeon, oh man, that's a long dungeon. Not talking about raids, talking about little 5-man instances. Classic dungeons take 2+ hours, 2 to 3 hours, no problem. And people just forget, so they'll sign up, oh man, I gotta go. It's if you can't do it, don't commit to it. Really frustrating.
I still haven't done a raid in Destiny 2 yet.
Gamers.
I tried to do a raid in Destiny 2, the first raid, and it was just really, really boring because it required a lot of precision and coordination amongst everybody. And it's just really repetitive as you fucked it up and had to do it over and over and over again.
Plus, it's a skill-based game. It's
Which
a first-person shooter, which is cool, but also very tiring.
It means, yes.
You gotta be on point the whole time.
Yeah. And if you can't do it, do you just kick the person who sucks? Or what? You can't just go and grind or get better gear or something.
So what else you play? Or do or see?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I started watching The Godfather for the first time ever.
Seriously? First time?
Yeah.
Godfather 1 and 2 are really good.
Okay. 3's not so good.
Nah, don't watch that.
Okay. I'll still watch it. I think that's it. What did I watch? I watched all of the Dark Crystal Netflix show. That was really fun.
Oh yeah, I still need to get that one. Shit.
There's a brief moment of eye horror.
As we talk more about eye horror.
Yeah. Mark Hamill voices the scientist, which is fun. And Helen Bonham Carter voices...
I like me some Mark Hamill.
Whatever her name is. Bavmorda. No, Allegra. Nope, I don't know her name.
So so there's this movie called Ad Astra. Anybody heard of it?
Yeah, I've heard it's okay.
A Brad Pitt space one. So what's up with this weird space movies every year? It started with Gravity, I think, and they just kind of kept going from there.
Gosh. I never
Yeah, I
even
don't
saw the
know.
one that was
It's
done
not just
by...
me, is there? Like, there's a pattern
Yeah.
here.
Interstellar?
Interstellar. I never saw that one.
that's
even
the
though I
one
really
with the-
That's the only one I've seen.
That's one with Katniss and the Star-Lord.
No. That is a movie. but not-
Interstellar
that's-
is not the one. Interstellar is the guy with the
I think it's Anne
Matthew,
Hathaway.
Matthew
It's by the-
McConaughey.
Yeah, and it's by the guy who it's directed
Matt
by the guy
Damon.
who did like I can't think of the movies. His famous
The big guy.
movies.
Big guy with money.
Spielberg?
And
No.
hopefully
I'm
doesn't.
just gonna Google
No.
it.
Dude, he did. Oh my gosh, why can't I think of his name? Memento. I don't know why I remember he did Memento. That was one of his first ones.
Christopher
he did,
Nolan.
Christopher Nolan. Thank
Nolan.
you. I don't know why I remember Memento and couldn't remember Inception. Anyway, it was directed by Christopher Nolan. I meant to watch it because I love Anne Hathaway, and at the time I liked Christopher Nolan's stuff.
good
I just never
soundtrack.
got around to it. Yeah, I hear it was good. Gravity.
It's okay.
I made the mistake of watching Gravity with not IMAX but 3D. That was a horrible mistake. It gave me. I was having like an anxiety attack in the theater because like space. Actually, I love the idea of space, but the idea of like being alone and dying in space is really like anxiety-inducing for me. Even though I have no chance of that happening, but like if it did, I wouldn't know what to do with myself. And so that movie was just the worst.
I totally
I
missed.
haven't seen it.
I totally missed out on watching Weathering with You. It's the anime movie by the guy who made Your Name.
Your Name?
Mm-hmm.
I keep missing all
Oh.
these movies by him.
Yeah.
I need to watch Your
Makoto
Name.
Shinkai.
Yeah, I need to keep
What's it called
watching
again?
Your Name.
Which one? Your Name. Weathering with
Second
You.
one. Weathering with You. Okay.
Yeah.
I watched an anime movie 2 nights ago. It's a 40-minute movie on Netflix called Sound and Fury from the guy who did Batman Ninja and Afro Samurai.
Ooh.
I thought it would be more of a movie than it was. It ended up being essentially just a 40-minute like music video for an album.
Oh,
Like they
what?
just it's all one artist,
Wait.
and it's just playing like his album,
Is
and
it
they animate stuff to it.
Is it actually an MV for an album?
I don't think so.
Ah, okay.
I don't know. It's based off of manga, and there
Right.
is technically a narrative. There is relation between the scenes, but it is
But it's
not
a musical.
quite what I wanted.
Right.
I wanted a bit stronger of a narrative. And some of the music's just like some of the like segments are just really
What
zany
kind of
and
music is like
abstract.
EDM and like rap or something?
Yeah, but like EDM. It's good music. I actually kind of liked it.
Oh, okay.
So it's 40 minutes. I'd recommend watching it. It's not a huge time sink. It's fun. It's got good visuals. It's kind of CGI. I don't know. It's cool-ish. It's mostly cool. I think that's pretty much it. I've just been really busy with improv lately. So I spent like 4 days at a camp doing that. And I've been practicing and stuff.
Damn, you
I
want to
did
go full
buy-
time or something?
Yeah. That's where all the money is. I did buy a Snorlax Kigurumi. Like, got that now in my closet. It's so warm and
What's a
cuddly.
Kigurumi?
Like a onesie. But it's not literally a
That's fucking nice.
Oh my
like it's
god.
got little cloths that go over the hands, and it's got like a hoodie
Oh
with the
my
Snorlax face on it.
Does it have the?
So-
Do you put your hands
It
in
doesn't
the
have feet.
paws? No. Oh, okay.
yeah. I mean, you can
Just-
like I usually don't, but it does have paws
So
things
do
on the end of
people
the leaves.
walk out of the house with it, or it's just do you sleep
I don't
with it?
think I've slept in it. I mean, I took it camping because like at
The
night
only
after
ti-
classes were over, we just hung out in Kigurumi in onesies, pajama
The
party.
only time I've ever seen people bring it is like at a convention. There are like panels that will do those kinds of parties and stuff like that where people just dress up in their own thing and go in. So that exists, but no, they're not meant to be worn in public. They're more like wearing in the
Like
lounge
pajamas.
with privacy. Yeah, I mean they're
Yeah.
like really warm pajamas.
I
the
would have
only-
gotten
like,
a
there's-
badger one, but that wasn't an option.
Like they're really cute, but I get hot way too easily. So
Yes.
for
Yeah.
me, it's just not functional.
I'm
Yep.
like,
It's super warm.
I think Snorlax is way better than a badger.
Yeah, it's true. You really looked out.
You won
I think
that one.
Snorlax is a better choice.
The trouble with
Did
the
your wife
Snorlax
get
one is it's not super easily recognizable without the hood
Oh.
on.
Oh, okay.
Although maybe I was also in a bad crowd for it. A couple people recognized it off the bat with no hood. Some people recognized it with the hood. Some people just don't know what Pokemon are. It's an older crowd.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Does your wife have one? Because she needs
She
one.
has a Totoro one.
Ooh, that's
Ooh.
Big
cute.
and gray.
Aw, that's very cute.
Although for some
I
reason,
really
like,
wanna know
even though these aren't gendered garments, for some reason she's still got one with worse pockets. She's like, come on! Like, how does mine still have smaller pockets?
Ah, of course. They know.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
It's funny, but it makes me angry.
Yeah. Oh, to be fair,
Ah.
also, you don't need pockets because you're just lounging around the house anyway. But it's still funny.
Yes.
So you know how like Pokemon and Hello Kitty is like the two biggest selling franchises, and a lot of that money is from merchandising. I really want to know how much Totoro makes from merchandising every year, because that shit is everywhere still.
It's not
I
making money from
know.
anything else now.
Yeah, I'm sure it
I mean,
doesn't.
no.
Maybe
haven't-
rescreenings and stuff, because they like to show old Ghibli
Yeah,
movies here
yeah.
and there. But like
Yeah.
the merchandise is everywhere because it's so fucking cute.
For years, yeah. I actually haven't even seen the movie all the way through, and I know
Seriously?
what it is. Just through
I-
Pretty good.
I just haven't had a chance
sorry.
to see it.
I kind of want to rewatch it because I'm listening to this podcast, and currently they're going through all of the Miyazaki movies one by one.
Oh,
and
just
it's one of
specifically
the
Miyazaki.
persons- Yeah, I mean, so the podcast takes a director and watches all of the director's
Oh,
body
okay,
of work.
right.
So currently they're doing Miyazaki. And one of the people has not seen most Miyazaki movies, and almost all of them haven't seen them since like childhood. And I'm listening to the Porco Rosso one right now, and it's really nice because I feel like Porco Rosso gets shafted. I like Porco
Yeah,
Rosso as
that's
a
the-
character. He's cool.
That's the pig that flies the
yeah.
plane, right? Yeah, that one was pretty cool.
Yeah, he's just a cantankerous pig. And they were saying something about Totoro. Because which one do you think's the most popular Miyazaki movie? I think it's probably Spirited,
Spirited Away.
Spirited
yeah.
Away. Well, because that's
Yeah,
how
for
I
sure.
first got introduced to Miyazaki.
Yeah, Spirited
was
Away is
Spirited
like
Away.
a lot of people's first Ghibli movie.
First one, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
I
not
think
my
of like
favorite.
a certain
but-
generation. I think a previous
Sure.
generation would probably be like Totoro or
Well,
like
and also in
Yeah.
America
Kika.
too, where the release time is a
yeah.
little different.
It's true.
Spirited
yeah.
Away was probably their biggest release and got a lot of people into Ghibli movies.
Yeah, for sure. It's
Is
not my favorite, but I
Ponyo.
think
is
it's one of the
Kiki
first ones I
is
saw.
Kiki his
Yes.
Yes, Kiki's
Kiki
Delivery
was like his
Service.
third or fourth.
and
So the
Mononoke?
first one was Mononoke's later, like fifth or sixth.
Yeah, Mononoke's my personal favorite, but that's just me.
I like Mononoke a lot. I think that's probably my
Yeah.
favorite as well. But it's it's my favorite.
Howl's Moving Castle is very cute
Mhm.
as a story, but it's not original story. It was actually based on a book
Yes,
that he adapted.
I read that book in sixth grade. It's one of my favorite books of all time at the time.
Oh, interesting. That's fun. Is it pretty faithful adaptation?
Nah, the characters are the same.
Okay.
It's okay. It's a pretty good job. It's funny though because that book has a sequel called Castle in the Sky, which is completely unrelated to the anime
Yeah.
movie, which came out first.
Yeah. All right. That's funny.
All circular.
Yep.
Yeah. Otherwise, I think that catches you up on what I have been doing. What about you, Shar?
I have been playing a couple of games. I took a day off to play Destiny 2. It was supposed to be 4 days off, but then I had to do that. At work, I have to do something else at work,
Aw.
and it became 1 day. Which is not the worst thing, you know, that was gold card and really expensive dinner that the company paid for and cocktails, so fuck that. It's never a bad
That's
thing.
fair.
So I played a bit of Destiny 2, and it's fucking overwhelming. What the fuck? Very.
Overwhelming.
Yeah.
Why is it overwhelming?
Lots of changes. The
Oh.
biggest change is to the armor system. It's armor 2.0 now, and so back
Okay.
then they had 3 stats for the armor: mobility, resilience, and I can't remember what is the third one, but it's basically to for regen health. Now there's
Okay.
6, and
Whoa.
there's still the original
Why?
tree, and then the next tree is about your skill cooldown. So each skill will have its own stat cooldown kind of stat. So the more you have, the
Okay.
cooldown is shorter, this kind of stuff. And like, that's just then the old armor doesn't get the new stuff. So the old armor is kind of meh now, and base power now is 750, which is the end game of the last expansion. The last expansion was 750 max power, and now it's the base power. You start a new character, you start at 750, and it made my really powerful feeling character kind of meh as well. And I'm just going through the motions. I'm playing a little bit of the story. I haven't played in like a month and a half, 2 months, so my movements and shit don't feel so good right now. I'm just trying to get a hang of that again. It's still good. It's still fun. I just need to get a hang of it. And I saw like 6 people online from my clan, which is like the first time because new expansion and all. One thing I also like is the expansions. Base expansions is $40. If you want like the season pass and everything, it will be $60. But like, you know, $40 is a pretty solid price if you just want the expansion, I would say.
Sure.
Yeah, and so the new expansion is Shadowkeep, which brings you to a new location, which is the Earth's moon. And Forsaken, I think, is $30. Base game, like base game, not expansions. Base game is free to play, and you get a lot of things. You get the base story and I think the first year of season pass, so a few extra content, which is Mars and another planet. I can't remember. So there's honestly a base game is a good way to see if you want to play more of it, because you get a lot of things now, and you start off at 750 and you can reach the max power, which I believe is 950 now, 920, 900 something. And you get
what it was when I stopped.
And you get to play with your friends and stuff if they're, you know, farther along. And I think it's in a good place. Okay. I'm just needing some time to like figure shit out, because meta has changed and stuff, and it doesn't feel like my character anymore for some reason. Maybe because it's been a long time. Oh, and skills are all unlocked straight away now. So back then you had to. So
that's fine, I guess.
I'm okay with that, because there are each element, the storm, fire, and void, will also have like 3 quote unquote trees. The first 2 trees you can get just by leveling up. The last tree you gotta get something super rare, and it's really annoying for me at least, because I was so late into the game, and most people were not doing the thing to get it. So I'm just able to unlock it now.
Has that problem.
Yeah, it just solves that problem and yeah. There was also a glitch in like the first day. Of course there was a glitch. A lot of server issues as well. But the glitch was people were buying the silver currency, which is the premium currency. You put the currency into your cart one time, and then you can buy multiple, but only at the same like price of the first one. So you get like buy 1 free 5 and shit. And I'm like, but they quickly pulled that down, obviously. So yeah, I guess a lot of people have silver now, maybe if they were able to. So yeah, that's Destiny 2. I am also playing Dead Cells on the Switch. It's that Metroidvania roguelike, which is they call it a Roguevania.
Okay. It wasn't the first one to do that though.
It wasn't. I'm not really sure.
I thought there was the one where every time you died, like you had to respawn as like your ancestor. Your
that's Rogue Legacy. Yeah.
Rogue Legacy, that's what I'm thinking of.
I would say it's a bit different, because Rogue Legacy is more of an action platformer roguelike, and this one is a little bit more like a Metroidvania, because you get skills that allow you to go to different places.
Okay.
But it's in the end, when you want to do really good level design, a roguelike ain't the way to go. That's the reason why I still love the Castlevania and the reason why I play Bloodstained. Because the level designs are just really good, because it's not roguelike. But I get it. You know, indies, they do roguelike because it's just easier. I get that. And the level design is not like horrible or anything. It's pretty good. So yeah, I finished I managed to reach the last boss and defeated him like few days ago. And you just keep repeating. It feels really satisfying. The combat, like there's just a visceral feel when you like attack and stuff. I really like that. Yeah. The character feels and moves really quickly and smoothly. The designs are okay. Like character design, boss designs, they're fine. They're not the most I would say this game just like it feels and plays great, looks pretty nice as well, but design wise, like the character design, level design is the one that's just above average, I would say. But it's a pretty good game. If it's easy to just like start a game, do like a quick run, and then die, and then you can just stop.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's a very easy to pick up game, which I like, especially on the Switch. And the last thing I played is not. I didn't finish it or anything yet, but I played Kingdom Hearts 3, and I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Right?
Is it just me?
No, it's not. I actually stopped playing it. Main reason I stopped playing is because literally my fiance would leave. I did. But I didn't finish it. I stopped playing because literally my fiance would leave the room when I started playing because she couldn't handle it, and I was kind of tired of being the only one playing in the game. Then my fiance would just go in our bedroom. So I was like, well, this sucks. So that's part of the reason I stopped. But also, like, I got so overwhelmed. I don't even think I got halfway through the game, and I was just like, I even read through all the stuff to try to catch up on the game and things and the storyline, and I still was just like, this is bad. And did you feel like the beginning part, the 2.9 LOL, was so obviously rushed? Like
everything just feels weird in this game.
It's super weird.
It's just I don't know how to say it. The combat, even the combat, it feels like
the combat's not fun.
The combat's not that fun. They have a lot of these like big spectacle attacks, like you do combos with Donald Duck, Goofy, and then you can call in like roller coaster ride kind of stuff. Which is like I think they wanted to go with a very spectacle looking combat system, which is fine. But half of the time I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, well, the reason that is apparently is I guess those are abilities that you can get as Sora in some of the other games, and they just didn't have a good reason to have you restart where you were at, like they've had to do in past games. So they were like, we'll just include them in here and just make them really easy, because they're super easy to activate, but if you don't know what you're doing, you're like, what just happened here? Now I'm on a ride, like a roller coaster ride? And like, it's just very overwhelming to have all those abilities.
God, I really hate that I can't change the controls. Circle is jump, X for attack. Fuck you.
Yeah, what?
What the hell is
I know,
that?
right?
Square for attack.
Was that
Square.
How it used to be?
I'm pretty sure it was.
Used to be in the old games? I just don't like. I remember
Square
I thought
for
it was going
attack.
crazy.
X for jump. Circle for dodge. Everybody knows this. It's in the Bible.
know.
Fucking look it up. Jeez.
I don't even. That's pretty much. And I don't remember past games were like this, and I just never thought about it. But yeah, I have been messing it. I was messing with the controls from day one because.
So
of
like,
that shit.
you know, when you start a new game, especially an action game, it takes you a while to like get used to it, and then finally you do get used to it. Yeah, I ain't getting used to pressing X for attack, man.
I'm not at all.
that.
It's so frustrating. And then,
I know
like
it's such a weird complaint,
backflip.
maybe, but like I don't know how to explain.
No, it's true. It's true. And the problem is that because the attacks are so flashy,
the
bosses are fine, but the like little battles in between are so exhausting because there's a ton of them. You
get
run
hit
away
really
from them.
hard. Is it just me?
They hit really hard. I've actually
I've died a couple
times.
yeah.
And you're like, what? And the problem is that because they're so flashy, like the battles take longer.
Oh, the camera angle sucks too.
Such a nuisance. I remember like I was going against just a minor phone. I was like, why does he have 2 health bars? I'm at level 1. And like again, the bosses aren't so bad, but because they have to make them bigger to last longer, the number of health bars are ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it just becomes so annoying and rote.
And also the graphics, it's nice and colorful, and it's really nice to see like Woody and like Buzz Lightyear and shit.
Yeah.
The textures look very flat.
I thought so too.
It just looks
something
flat,
seemed off.
right?
Yeah,
like,
it just seemed really off.
Like, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's like just bad shadow work or it's just rushed textures, but it just looks flat. It's nice and colorful, but flat. And I am not. Also, I wish the gummy ship. You fly world to world.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I wish they didn't do it like a freaking open world, like No Man's Sky shit. I wish they just did the last one where it's just you go through battles and you get to
They're so frustrating. I don't know where I'm going half the time. I'm like, wait, am I actually going the right way? And then you can get stuck in battles that you can't win because you're not high enough level yet.
This game...
Yeah, at least that's what happened to me.
Yeah, this game is definitely just for the fans of Kingdom Hearts. I won't really recommend... I mean, it's not a bad game. I won't say it's an 8 out of 10, which is what it's averaging right now on everything.
8 out of 10, yikes.
Yeah, I would say about a 6.5 to maybe max a 7 out of 10. It's an above average game. It's a high budget game in the end, but like...
It's very... Yeah, I think the problem is... what I've heard is that people who stuck with the series, I guess they seem to enjoy it, but I think it's because they're more used to the battle system. But like, I mean, they shot themselves in the foot. What were they supposed to do? It's just so... And it's hard because they should have just made this game sooner. I don't know why they were waiting so long to get this game produced. I don't know what they were waiting for, but they obviously at this point were like, we gotta make this game or people are gonna lose hope and we gotta try to end this. I've heard like how it ends and it's just still... I don't know. I couldn't finish it. Maybe someday I'll try to just so I know the ending, but... It's so, and I think what's also really frustrating is I did find out that part of the major points of the plot that get resolved were all things from a game that wasn't even released in the United States until rather recently when they remade it. It was like a mobile game that was only released in Japan for a hot minute, and then they finally got it here like right before Kingdom Hearts 3 came out. And so many of the major plot points revolve around that. And the only reason I even understood is because I kept reading copious amounts of wiki articles about it. It's so ridiculous. It makes me mad.
Bad controls reminds me of, this is maybe a hard tangent, but Monster Hunter World's getting a Resident Evil crossover. I don't know how that's going to work, but it sounds interesting.
Interesting.
Zambies.
Well,
maybe a big
Zambies.
monster Zambi.
Monster Vambies? Zombie monsters.
Bambino.
Zonster Mambies.
Ma'am
Yeah.
babies. You've lost Char again.
Nope, I'm still here. I'm just being a mannequin.
Mannequin.
Now, excuse
I
me.
saw his lips move.
I know, right? It's like I see when the eyes twitch. I'm like, oh, I think he's moving. He's moving.
Yep. So yeah, I'm just texting. So yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3.
I'm so sorry.
I've played
How far
about-
did you get?
I'm only in the Toy Story world.
Okay,
Like
I
near
stopped.
the end of the Toy Story world.
You're gonna be really mad then.
Why?
Because the Toy Story world is probably the best one.
Serious? The best
unfortunately.
one? Oh my god.
So far, I haven't finished
I mean, I liked it.
So it might
there
not
are
be.
like, you go into a mall, there are multiple levels, you get to go into this
Yeah.
big robot toys and fight. It's really cool.
Yeah.
It's fun.
You haven't done like Tangled or Frozen yet, or did you already?
I'm reaching the Tangled one, if I'm not mistaken.
I gotta warn you
Oh,
something
shit.
right now.
What?
So, Tangled's pretty bad because it pretty much just plays the movie, but at the very least, it only shows you the parts where Sora, Donald, and Goofy would be there, and you're like, okay, so you don't have to see the whole entire thing, but it's like, whatever. Frozen is a travesty because it basically just flat out plays scenes from the movie in engine. And the only thing that's funny is they do the whole Let It Go sequence, the
With
whole
Sora and
entire
Donald
sequence,
Goofy.
and they just have them in the background being like, "What's this?" And like that's super dumb, but that was the only funny part.
Oh my
But
God.
otherwise, like there's even a part where Anna
pretty
is like
painful.
telling you like why her sister's being the way she is, and she explains the sequence through a background of, do you want to build a snowman with the animation sequence? And it's like,
So,
the only good thing about, they basically try to replay the whole movie. I'm not even sure if I finished Frozen. I think I finished Frozen, but I didn't go to the next
Yeah, it
world.
sounds
'Cause I
like
was like,
they-
are you kidding me?
it sounds like time management was a bad thing in this project.
It really, it seems rushed, right? And the
So
worst
like,
part with the,
yeah, what's the worst part? Oh my god, that's the
The
worst
wor- the
part.
thing- I mean, not worst part, but what
Okay.
made me really sad is I think with the story they're doing with the whole Princess of Hearts or whatever, they had an opportunity to do something really interesting with Elsa's character, and they just decided not to do it. And I was like, are you kidding me? The one cool part about Frozen, the extra character, because they do it in every world, obviously, the extra character you get is Elsa's ice guy. So that's cool. The ice giant dude. He's your extra buddy.
That's pretty cool.
So that's cool. He's great. But that's the only good part about that sequence. And even the Frozen sequence, it's very obvious that, like, they got the hammer down by Disney. There's a part in that section where another nobody character puts you in this, like, ice frozen palace maze that you have to get out of. But it's so obviously meant to be from the, like, it's so obvious that the original script had that Elsa did that to you, but very likely Disney didn't want them to demonize Elsa, so they refused to do that. That's what that whole section feels like. They had cooler ideas to do with Elsa, and then Disney said, no, you can only make her good. So, anyway, but yeah, so get ready for that. I think I stopped after Frozen. I couldn't take it after that.
So, like, this is going to sound weird to people who don't play a lot of video games, but it probably won't sound weird to you guys. Do you feel bad for stopping a video game that's, like, you know, story based? Like,
yeah,
you
I
just
do
like,
sometimes.
I shouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't really want to keep playing, but I feel like I should.
Yeah.
I'm in that phase
yeah.
for Kingdom Hearts 3 right now.
I know.
Because it's a game I should play. I played the first two games.
I know.
I love JRPGs. Disney's cool in a overlord corporate kind of way. But
yeah, exactly.
like,
Yeah.
oh man.
I do. Although I've dropped a lot of
I
stories.
hate it when games do this to me.
I know.
It's just I'm finding
seems
very
like
very hard to find that one redeeming quality. It's just difficult. Like this, like you said, it seems like Toy Story World is gonna be the best world, and I'm not looking forward to the other worlds now.
I know. It really has so far that I played. And I think the problem is that the game just became so exhausting to play after a while. If it had been like, if the bad guys were a little easier to mow through, I'm not even talking about the bosses. I just mean the little guys. If they were just a little easier to get through, I probably would be more willing to just
I mean, I
shut up and get through it.
I don't see. I think I might just put it down to the easiest difficulty and just go through it. But the thing is, I don't even like the story, so I don't even know why I want to do that. The story is so fucking stupid. The dialogue feels like it's written by a 7-year-old.
And the dialogue was always cheesy, but like,
oh my god,
yikes!
What did people see in this game? What the fuck?
I don't know. I think
what is
because
wrong
they
with you
finally had an
people?
ending.
I mean, like what you like.
It was a hostage situation, and then yeah, I think they just got hostage by the
yeah, it's like
taken
Stockholm
hostage by the
level
game
shit.
right? Exactly.
I mean, the first two games were really great. I loved them.
They were good. And then they
So,
got weird.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna play Destiny 2 for a while. So I'm gotta grind, baby. So yeah, that was pretty much it. I don't think I watched anything. I'm trying to maybe watch Weathering with You on Monday because I'm off work. Because I'm gonna recover from my tattoo. I'm gonna color this in.
Yeah.
Gonna color it in later, right after this episode.
Oh man,
yeah, this is gonna be a bitch. Yeah. So news time.
Yes.
News time.
One quick thing. Have you heard of an anime movie called Promare?
No. Is that new?
No.
Yes. I think it was in theaters, at least here, like a couple weeks ago. It's from the guys who did Gurren Lagann and Kill la Kill.
Nice art
Visually,
style.
the characters look the same. But yeah, I want to see it. I don't know what the plot is. I don't really care.
Interesting. Yeah, I'd be curious. Okay.
The plot is elite firefighters pilot mechanical suits to save the world from flame-wielding mutants.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Mecha firefighting. That's pretty interesting. So yeah, Promare. That's pretty cool. Character looks cool.
Yeah. Well, he looks a lot like who's the tattoo guy from Gurren Lagann? Kamina.
Yeah.
He looks a lot like Kamina.
Of course. Well,
which is the best character to look like.
It's true. I agree.
So yeah,
yeah, news.
News time. News.
Sorry to this.
It's okay. That was a good, like, aside. It looks really cool, honestly.
Yeah, I do. I really want to see it. I was bummed because I heard about it, and my friend's like, "Oh, I saw this new anime movie in theaters. It's really good." I'm like, "I'll look it up." Oh, you saw the only showing. Thanks for telling me ahead of time, jerk.
Jerkwad. Yeah. So PlayStation Now. Do you know the subscription service PS Now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get to play like PS4, PS3 games, those kind of stuff. So yeah, they just dropped the price
Wow.
by about half.
Ooh.
So all prices, let's just give the USD one. All prices, 20 USD for monthly, 45 USD for quarterly, 100 USD for yearly. Now the new prices is $10 monthly, $25 quarterly, and $60 yearly. That's crazy good.
I wonder what inspired that. Are they afraid of some competition?
Not sure. Maybe Stadia.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
They might be afraid of Stadia and stuff. And also Xbox. The Xbox Pass, the Game Pass that's available for Xbox and PC. A lot of games on there. A lot of new games too. Like new games just released, a month later it's on the freaking thing. And it's a subscription service. And they get a lot of, not only is it, I think it's quite cheap, but also if you're like new to the subscription service, you can get it like real cheap for like your first couple of months and stuff like that. You know, like a first user kind of thing, first user offer. So they are probably responding to that with Stadia coming up as well. So this is basically capitalism working properly.
I guess so. Finally.
Good for you
finally
guys.
Seeing some returns on it.
Yeah. Discord has laid off a bunch of people.
Great.
I'm trying to see. Has made a round of cuts internally. Confirmed.
I don't know how Discord makes money. I guess they have a store, but nobody I know uses it.
They have that premium subscription, which used to include free games in the store, but they're closing the store. So
yeah.
Discord was one of those companies / services that started off as a service without like a proper way to monetize, but because they got so many users, they just keep getting funding, and now they gotta think about monetize. Yeah, this whole like tech startup stuff is.
It don't make no sense.
It don't make no sense.
Yeah.
The rules are made up, and the points don't matter.
Pretty much.
So like, whose line is it anyway? Yeah, they didn't say how many people they laid off. They just said that they made difficult personnel decisions. So yeah. Okay. Not much news, seriously. This is probably one of the main ones, I'd say. Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming to PC November 5th.
Oh, yeah.
Woot woot.
John Kirby, the attorney who defended Nintendo vs. Universal and who Kirby is named after, has passed away at age 79.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The pink demon, Kirby.
I thought Kirby was named after the vacuum cleaner because that just kind of makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense. I didn't know.
That does make sense. I actually didn't know it was a
together.
different person either.
Oh, did I say something? Shit. Oh, new Humble Bundle. New Humble Monthly, October 2019. The early reveals are Call of Duty World War II, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, and Spyro Reunited Trilogy. So, basically 7 games at early reveals. That's pretty good value, actually.
Yeah, that's an interesting combination.
Yeah.
Got your shooting games.
Oh, no.
And your childhood
No,
games.
it isn't. They're all Activision, if you realize.
Oh,
So yeah, if you wanted to play Crash Bandicoot Remake Trilogy and Spyro Remake Trilogy on the PC, you can get it for $12 now, which includes Call of Duty, and a bunch more games will be released at the end of the month. Why do I sound like a news person?
And see here.
What else? Wendy's making the tabletop where you battle Ron McDonald and blah 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 blah. Blah blah blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
That is the news in the gaming industry. Blah blah blah. So the big one, sort of the big one, the Marvel's Avengers game being made by Crystal Dynamics.
Yes.
So the trailers all showed like the gameplays and stuff, and it wasn't so hot, and then they showed another trailer like a year after, and it was a bit more warmer, I guess, and they showed like you playing Hulk and Thor, which made people think like, oh, you can choose different Avengers and play them around the world and stuff. It actually has a main character. I'm not sure if you. I'm guessing you play mostly as the main character and then some of as the other Avengers maybe, or the story is mostly through the main character's perspective, and the main character is somebody the gamers will not like.
Uh-oh, is it a girl?
It is a
I
girl.
guess it's a generic.
Okay, ding ding ding, it's a girl. Come on, give me more.
Squirrel girl.
No, it's not Squirrel Girl.
Wait,
is it
I think I
superhero
do.
girl?
I do have a guess because of something I heard. Is it, not
Jessica
Captain
Jones.
Marvel, but the other Marvel girl?
Ding 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 ding. It's a
Yeah, I heard about this.
It's
I heard
a-
about. Oh, she's the main character.
She's the main character.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay. There were rumors.
A Muslim woman is a main character in
Yes,
the
a
main
Muslim-
Marvel's
Oh,
Avengers game.
the comic book Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
Yes.
the Inhuman, the one that can get really
Gotcha.
big.
Okay, that's cooler.
Kamala Khan.
Yeah, very much. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only reason I knew is because there were rumors before I heard that announcement that you could see her in the game. That I guess you could see somebody who was obviously that Marvel character, and so people were like, "Huh, is she going to be in the game?" I didn't realize that now she was kind of the main focal point. That's
somebody
really cool.
who's working on the game tweeted, "We're very excited to show off our main character." Oh, they ain't gonna like that one.
Oh, they're not gonna like that. Oh man, now I hope the
Oh,
game's
boy.
good because I wasn't
They're
super
pandering.
impressed what I saw.
Pandering to so many categories at once.
Oh my gosh.
I love it. When I saw it, I just
It's gonna be a generic game anyway. So they're like,
Yeah, I
our
don't
game's
think-
gonna be shovelware. We gotta make it unique somehow.
Pretty much, but I mean, hey, that's okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Good for them.
I
It's
kind of
better
keep
than nothing.
saying,
I'll take
put
it.
us in bad games. It's okay, like just put
Totally.
us in more games. Not honest, I'm not Muslim, but you know what I mean.
yeah, I love it. That's the first thing I saw when I woke up. I'm like, yeah.
let me drink your white man tears.
I can taste all the tears, all them salty tears.
Probably salty gamer boys. I love it.
Yeah, but I do hope it's more of a story main character in her perspective kind of way. But
Yeah.
you get to play all the other Avengers in like mission. Did you guys play like GTA 5?
Yeah, I played a fair amount of it.
Yeah, you know how you can
Finish the story.
you can basically just switch character anytime you like between the three guys.
Right.
It would be really
Yeah.
cool if they did it
That's
like
because
that.
there's different.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll quite get to that level, but that would be cool.
So like
I don't know. We'll see.
maybe if you do like story missions and like you play her or play from a perspective and then like you can do other things with the different character, it would be cool.
Yeah.
Bad MC
Well-
choice. SJW trash can. Let's keep going. Come on. Give me more. Give me more. I need more. I need more.
Uh,
I'm getting weaker. I need more. Come on.
It gives me strength.
Like, bro, is this what you call fan favorite? I mean, I think a lot of these are coming from people who just know the movies as well. I'm not saying comic book fans are not sexist because they are. I'm just saying because now there's such a huge audience for the Marvel stuff and comic book
Yeah.
stuff in general.
It's kind of like when I haven't seen it. I know there's a Batwoman TV series I think that's out or is coming
I didn't
out,
know
and I
that.
don't know how good it is. I've heard. I guess maybe it's not so good. I don't know, but yikes! Or actually, even when She-Hulk was announced, the amount of the amount of guys that freaked out were kind of inane because it's like these are characters. Like what? And people were just so mad.
She-Hulk was always great, and she was a character before most of them were born,
I know, like
which is the funniest thing.
I know.
Talking about comic books, Foe, you're such a fucker. I just
Yeah.
ordered Saga Book 2 and Book 3, you son of a... I didn't order Book 1 because when I wanted to... So it took me a while to like decide because like all 3 books with shipping is $100 which is, like it's I really want it, but it's still $100 to spend.
It's a lot.
Yeah. And then book 1 went up in price from like 32 to like 44.
Wait. Is book 1 like a tome? Like it's like the first like 3 trades? Or you mean,
Oh,
like,
so
one book is one
okay,
trade?
so they have the normal issues, then they have the deluxe collections, which is I think is 5 issues, and this one is like 15 15 issues or something like that. No, sorry,
okay.
18 issues. So book 1 is 1 to 18, then after is 19 to whatever. Yeah. So So book 3 is what book 2 and book 3 is what I got, and book 3 is like up to what the issue is right now, I think.
Basically the current. Okay, cool.
Like it's super late new. I also
Then, in that case, $100 is not as bad as I thought.
yeah, it's not the worst thing. It's hardcover stuff.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. And and each cover is like showing the baby, and like it's just keep getting older. The baby's super cute. And I have East of West in my wish list. I'm just waiting for the day. East of West also, they have the book 1 and book 2, which is like 15, 18 issues, whatever. But book 3 is not out yet. People are saying it might come out at end of this year. Hardcover one.
Okay.
Collecting like 15 to almost 20 issues. So yeah, holy shit, man.
Nice.
I got no money for video games now.
Well, good luck. I mean, the good thing about that is they publish so infrequently. It's not going to be a recurring cost very much.
Yeah, that's true. Unlike video games, where it's just holy shit. This past couple months is gonna be crazy. I mean, this quarter is gonna be crazy. I still haven't bought Astral Chain, and since I didn't buy day one, I think I'm just gonna wait for a used copy somewhere to just get it a bit cheaper because I don't have the, play it now kind of feeling anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Pokemon has come out, which my partner has pre-ordered for me, the Steelbook version. Oh my god, I can't wait. And then there's so much stuff. Holy shit. So yeah, the last bit of news is actually a nice one. Damn Gamer Boys. They be crying right now.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
You guys want to bring up anything?
The only thing I was going to mention is Spider-Man's back. Sony and Disney put their differences aside. Apparently,
for the money.
Apparently it was Tom Holland that caused it to happen, kind of. I mean,
like
I'm kind of part of the... not quite. I'm part of the camp that thinks this whole thing was kind of a dumb publicity stunt from kind of.
I'm kind of in the same boat.
But it is apparently been come out that Tom Holland, I guess, backstage during like San Diego Comic-Con or some Comic-Con, asked to speak to the CEO of Disney directly, Brian Fergie, I think his name is. And called him and like made the case for Spider-Man, and so then he called the Sony CEO and was like, "We gotta work this together for the fans and for Tom." I don't believe a word. That's how they made their decision, but apparently that's what's come out now, is that Tom Holland tried to appease. I do believe that Tom Holland had the balls to try to do that. I just don't believe that that's what broke their hearts. But I do believe that he would be the type to be like, "I gotta do this," and would actually do it. But that's what's come out now. But yes, we're going to get Spider-Man 3, which I'm pretty pumped for. Did you guys ever see Far From Home?
Oh, yeah. I watched it.
I haven't seen the last two.
I watched it last week.
What did you think?
I liked it. I like, what's his name? Mysterio. I like him a lot.
Yes, right?
Yeah.
I liked it.
What?
I thought they did. I really liked
Jake
what they did with this
Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gulaga. Yeah, okay, cool. Did you see the after credits?
Yes. And when I watched that movie, it was they didn't resolve it yet. So I'm like, okay, what are they gonna do now? Was my thinking.
Yeah. So you excited to see him come back?
Yes.
Yeah. I want to make sure we're talking about the same things. I'm like, did you see it?
we can double check later after we stop recording.
Okay. I mean, I don't know if it really matters. I mean, it's been out at this point, but we can double check later. But yeah, it's exciting. But yeah, so it's coming out, and unfortunately, I don't know if this... I mean, there's a good chance that Spider-Man will probably have an exit at the third movie, because I don't know if they're going to do any more after that.
I just want him to bring in Venom at the same time. Can't they do that?
I don't know. We'll see.
Have you guys seen the Venom movie?
Oh,
I've seen that one.
Yes.
Yeah. I like it.
The after credits for that was kind of cool.
Yes.
With
Cletus Cassidy.
What's his name? Yeah.
The guy from Firefly.
What's his name?
I know him from Firefly now.
No, it's not the guy
not
from Firefly.
Not Firefly. Sorry, the guy from the Star Wars one.
Yeah. He's from Zombieland.
Yeah. There's a new movie coming out, right, for Zombieland?
Yes, there's also a new Zombieland coming out. What's his name? God dang it.
I always think it's Bruce
The
Willis,
Rampart guy.
Something Harris?
Yes, something Harris. That should be enough for me, but it's not.
It's just
Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson Harris. Pretty close.
Woody.
Close enough.
Yeah. Does that come out this weekend? Is that already out? October.
No idea, I
2nd.
just saw
Yeah,
the
it's
trailer
out.
recently.
It's out this week.
Oh.
Oh no, October 18th. What am I looking at? October 18th. It's next 2 weeks from now. Joker is this weekend.
Yes, Joker is this weekend. I haven't made plans
I'm not
to
really
see
sure
it.
if I want to go see it.
I
I'm
have
gonna
made
wait
no
till
plans to see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till
I
I
don't-
hear reviews.
I also haven't seen a trailer, so I don't even know what the plot is. I just know the Joker's probably in it. But is
The only
Batman in
thing
it?
is-
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Not that I've heard. I don't think he is. I have heard, like, I know some of my friends. I have a lot of very liberal friends on Facebook, obviously. I had a lot of friends that had some concerns
With that
because
incel stuff?
Yeah, because Joker has kind of become, in a bit, you could see as like an icon for kind of that incel crowd, which is messed up, but, you know, I get it. And so some people were worried about, like, why should you make a story that, you know, and sympathizes him and stuff like that. The thing is that if they do try to make this an ultra, like, hey, he's super sympathetic because society sucks, to me that's just boring. Like,
Yeah.
come on. You know what I mean? Like, that's
And
just, yeah, I
the
don't think it's a good
director of
message,
the
but it's just
movie
boring.
basically just came out and said, like, comedians can't say anything anymore.
Ugh, all right.
And I read that, I'm like,
Great.
there's a difference between
Shoot.
being vulgar and being
Someone's
bigoted.
got a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah, Jesus. Well, we'll see. I'm gonna wait to see what the reviews say. I know the critical reviews, I guess, were overall positive, but I don't really trust that, to be honest with you. I'm gonna wait to see to hear what other people have seen and what they say. It's just kind of too bad because it's not clear right away what direction they were going in the previews, at least in my opinion. And yeah, if they just go in the straight like society sucks, so he went crazy, that's just dumb. That's just so boring,
That's real boring.
Very.
right? Like.
I also didn't see the trailer for the new, is it Birds of Prey, the Harlequin movie?
Yes, I haven't seen any. Oh, did I see something for that? Is that the animated one?
It's a live
okay, I don't know.
action thing.
Never mind. No, I haven't seen
I
a
don't
thing
know.
about it.
Because it also stars Margot Robbie, so presumably it's the same Harlequin from
Okay,
the
then I haven't seen it.
popular Suicide Squad.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I don't know, man. I just have so like little faith in DC movie, like live action movie, because there is a Harley Quinn new animated series that is coming out, and that looks
could be
fun.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Wait,
one.
there's
that
a new
one
Harley
looks
Quinn
fun.
animated series.
DC does really good animated
Oh
movies.
yeah, the animated
do
movies
really
are
good
way
animated
better than
movies.
Marvel.
I don't know how they. I don't get it. I really don't get
Those
it.
teams
How
should talk.
Yeah.
they really need to, because holy crap.
Those teams should just like,
yeah.
bruh, you've been doing this wrong.
Right? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is a new Harley Quinn show coming out. The only thing about it, I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'm not a huge, like, ooh, I love Harley Quinn. But what they
Yeah.
are doing with it is it's post-Joker obsession. So she does, the ad they did shows her beating up the Joker. She does work with Batman a little bit, and they do show that there's going to be, like, sexual tension with her and Poison Ivy, which I fully support as a show.
Oh, they
So,
I've wanted to do Poison Ivy crossplay before. I thought that'd be fun.
ooh, that would be fun.
they're doing a sequel to Suicide Squad, right?
They are.
Yeah.
Isn't it by who's someone famous is directing it? Oh, duh, James Gunn. James Gunn is directing it. And he has, I don't know if you guys saw, but he got a lot of famous people to star in it. We all went, how and why? There's a whole like
Money.
there's
Money.
a screenshot. I gotta see. Let me see if I can find it.
Because I would
This-
say there's a difference between acting in... What's that really horrible movie that has become a cult classic that recently got the... You know what I'm talking about?
Recently?
So, like a couple years
Oh,
ago...
you mean The Room?
The Room. So there's a difference between acting in The Room, which is a really shitty movie,
not recent.
versus acting in a really shitty movie by a huge company like DC and like a huge budget, I feel.
I know.
Yeah. It doesn't, I mean, it's just 'cause
It doesn't hurt your reputation as much, I don't think.
Yeah.
Also, the money
Also-
doesn't
So-
hurt.
yeah.
Money doesn't hurt.
Yeah, so by the way, I'm just looking. This was a. I'm going to share this with you guys so you can see it with me. And the audience members, you can find this out pretty quickly. But these are some people that are going to be in Suicide Squad 2. John Cena, notably. Nathan Fillion.
You can't see
Sean
me.
Gunn, of course. Sean Gunn always stars in his brother's stuff.
I didn't know that.
I always say his name wrong. Taika Waititi.
Okay.
Sorry, I always say his name wrong. Peter Capaldi.
Whoa.
Jennifer Holland.
Whoa.
Yeah. Idris. I never say his name right here. Elba.
Elba.
Yeah, he's gonna be there too. I think Viola Davis was in the last one. I don't remember. Was she what's her face?
I don't know. I didn't see the last one.
Oh, okay. She might have played who's the I'm sorry I have to explain this way, but who's the African American woman that's like always in charge of like
Oh yeah. Strong and sassy. I don't know.
Yeah. I think Viola Davis played her in the first Suicide Squad, but I don't really remember. But anyway, those are the ones I just recognize. But yeah, so I think
Michael
they're using...
Rooker. I know that name. Isn't he I'm Mary Poppins, y'all?
Oh, is that him?
Oh, is that guy?
I like him.
It is him.
Oh,
it is
I wouldn't be
him.
surprised. He and James Gunn are BFF, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, they also got
either.
Jennifer Holland, Tom Holland's sister.
Yeah.
Pete Davidson of SNL fame.
What's interesting is Joaquin Cosilla, isn't that the guy who's playing the new Joker? So they didn't take
Well,
back
that's Joaquin
what's his
Phoenix.
That's Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, sorry, Joaquin Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Sorry, Joaquin. Sorry.
You'd be like,
Okay, different guy.
same guy.
I read it that way too for some reason. I love the name Flula Borg. This is a really cool name.
Yeah.
Right.
Flula Borg. That's
Steve Agee sounds familiar. I think he's from
she's
like Walking Dead or something.
Why does she sound so familiar? This Flula Borg.
Oh no.
Was
Nope.
it?
I don't
Oh,
know who Steve
it's
Agee
a
is.
dude. He's the YouTube guy. He's like, I can't believe they got a YouTube guy. Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's weird. That's
Raping
weird.
the barrel.
He's really popular. He's been on like the Conan show and stuff.
Oh, okay. So he's been. Oh man, they should have gotten freaking Ninja then.
That'd be weird.
Yeah.
That'd be as weird as Harry Styles in Dunkirk.
Like there's Suicide Squad, there is Suicide Squad 1 level bad, and then there is Suicide Squad 2 level bad with Ninja in it. That's like
I know, right?
I would rather you just punch me in the dick. Why not just do
I
that?
know.
It's the same fucking thing.
So,
I will
So
pay
I
you
don't
not
know
to
if-
watch.
Yeah.
so by the way, if Suicide Squad 2, if it is bad,
still alive.
if it's as bad as Suicide Squad 1, then I'll just admit that DC movie universe is just cursed. Like, no one can make it good, apparently.
Wait, because does that mean you think Suicide Squad 2 should be such an easy movie to make good? That'd be a miracle for them to ruin it?
I mean, the people that they have working
Gotcha,
on it,
okay.
James Gunn, and he's gotten all these people,
Yeah, that makes
it
sense.
should be a no-brainer, I think, at this point. But if they can't make it
They're
decent,
proven.
then I give up. Like, then it's just cursed. It's a cursed, like, specific genre. That's what I mean.
Sorry, I saw a recent poster for a movie with Taika Waititi and John Hamm, which looked really cool. What is it? I don't know what it's called. I'll have to find it out. But two of my favorite people.
What are we looking for now?
I don't remember. I'll look at IMDb.
knew-
There's a movie coming out with both Taika Waititi and John Hamm.
The Nazi one.
No,
Is the Nazi
that's
one
a
out?
different movie.
Oh.
That one's not out yet.
Oh.
I'm looking forward to that one a lot too. Maybe John Hamm's just in Thor Ragnarok and I didn't know. Jojo Rabbit's the Nazi one.
Taika Waititi Nazi. This is so easy.
That's Jojo Rabbit.
That's Jojo
but
Rabbit.
what I'm thinking of with John Hamm, I don't think. Let's see. Whoa, what? I clicked on Taika Waititi's IMDb page, and the top thing right now is Flash Gordon announced, which is awesome. Love that movie. Second thing after that is a pilot for a show called Time Bandits, which if that's based off the Terry Gilliam movie, that's just mind blowing. If those two things, oh my gosh, this is insane.
Wow.
Insane.
How?
Maybe John Hamm's just in Thor.
I love Taika Waititi. How crazy do you have to be fucking playing Adolf Hitler? Like, it's just... That guy is I love him so much.
He's so crazy. I didn't even know anything about him till Thor Ragnarok, and I immediately fell in love like everybody else.
Yeah.
So.
And then I just watched the one with the guy from Jurassic Park and the fat kid from Deadpool.
Hunt for the Wilder
Yes.
People.
Oh my god, that's so good.
You should also watch the thing I discovered him in was What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to watch that one. Series or movie? I keep. The first one was a movie, right?
Watch the movie, yeah.
And that one's with the guy from the Flight of Conchords.
Not really. I mean,
Wait,
they
wasn't
both
there-
have cameos in it.
Oh.
The movie has him in it. The movie has him in it full time.
Oh, okay.
Jermaine Clement.
I love his voice.
He's the best part of Men in Black 3.
He was in Man in Black, just a short cameo.
No, he was the main villain.
Oh.
Boris the Blade, or Boris the
Boris the
I don't know
Blade?
what it's supposed. Boris something. He's like a alien mobster.
Okay, that's pretty funny. That's pretty cool.
It's like Boris the Ugly. It's like, it's just Boris. I can't remember what it's called. Boris the Stupid. I don't remember. Yeah, it was funny. Good costume. Better than the second movie. Probably worse than the fourth movie. Oh, Boris the Animal. That's what it was.
Okay.
Interesting.
We just ranted about a bunch of movies. Anything else you wanna
Yeah.
talk about?
He's in a
No,
bunch of
that's
avatars.
all I
What
had.
are avatars?
What?
What are these avatars? They're looking at the IMDb page for Jermaine Clement. He's in pre-production for Avatar 5, coming out 2027. Avatar 4, coming out 2025. Avatar 3, filming, coming out 2023.
Yeah.
And Avatar 2, filming, coming out 2021.
You didn't know they're making a bunch of Avatar movies.
Yes,
Blue
but
people.
I didn't know he had dates for them.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't know Jermaine Clement was going to be them as Dr. Ian Garvin.
Okay.
Weird.
We talking like blue
Anyway,
alien
yeah.
avatar?
I think they're different planets each time.
Okay.
I don't know.
Interesting.
I feel like every
Never
time
watched
somebody complains about like, isn't 5 a little much? It's like, oh, well, you know what? 6. Make it 6. He just James Cameron's like, I'm gonna make more. You guys can't stop me. It's like, you're gonna die before you
He
finish.
needs the money
What
for
are you
his.
doing?
He needs the money for his deep sea submarine shit.
That's true.
Also, just a quick one. Steven Universe
Yeah,
Future.
Stranger Things.
Yes, I just saw it.
Yep.
The opening? The new opening!
Wait, what?
Oh, no, what are you talking about?
Steven Universe Future, the new
Yeah.
epilogue series.
Yeah. Did you see the opening?
I did not see the opening. There's a new opening.
There's a new opening. I shared it on my Facebook.
I am going to
Just
watch
before I
that.
got on the show.
I am going to watch.
I saw it, but didn't watch it because spoilers.
That's true. Major
Oh yeah,
spoilers,
where did you stop?
actually.
Season 5. In the,
No. I watched the last season.
Did you watch
they
the movie?
were on the Gem Planet. I didn't watch the movie. I didn't finish the season either.
Oh, okay.
They were still on the Gem Planet.
You should totally just
and,
finish it right now.
Lars was becoming less whiny or something. I don't really remember.
Oh,
'Cause I got
okay.
bored.
I don't know if you know the full thing yet then, so.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Somebody was going away to fight a giant diamond. I don't know. I have to watch it. I'll have to
Okay,
finish it.
I'm not sure where you are then, because if is Lars pink?
Yes.
Okay, so you're past that part. I don't know if you got to the big reveal yet or not, though. Or maybe you already
I think I
have?
did. I think I did see the big reveal of like, oh
Okay.
no, it's the queen, the ruler, whoever that person was, or something. Or maybe there's
Okay.
a different reveal about like
That might be
Lars
different.
being half Rose or something. The whole island is all Rose children. She just had a lot of kids. I don't know.
Okay, I don't think you're quite to the big one. I'm not sure. I don't remember the order that they present things to you. But anyway, yeah, you got to finish that and then watch the movie. But yeah, I know. You just look at my Facebook. I just shared it just now.
Okay.
Yeah. It's very short. The opening is extremely short.
like a minute. That's what most openings are.
Yeah.
Right? Hmm.
Well, no, it's like 30 or 40 seconds.
Oh no.
Okay.
Anyway. But yeah.
Good place to wrap up?
Yes.
Yeah. Do the thing.
This is Sarahscopic, Sarahscopic. I am still working on things because I'm super lazy, but hit me up on Twitter. I usually respond.
And I'm Foehamner. I'm on YouTube. I intend to record this weekend. I don't think I ever published anything since our last episode, which is the longest dry spell I've had. So hopefully that ends today, tomorrow, soon.
And I'm Pupunoob and it'll be you know where. This has been episode 162 of the playonultra podcast. Thank you very much for watching and listening. We will see you next time. Oh boy.
Bye.